Good evening. Thank you for tuning into season 2 of the Chelley Roy Show. I am your host, Chelley Roy, and I am here with the man himself, Mr. Chaney. Welcome, Trey.
Thank you, Chelley. I appreciate this opportunity.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I am so glad that we were able to make this happen.
I'm honored. I'm serious.
Sure.
I'm really glad that we were able to make it happen. I've been following you and your career for a long time.
Thank you.
You know, and just to be on the Chelley Roy Show, I'm
Yay.
like, this is big.
Thank
you
you.
rolled out the red carpet. You set the standard.
Thank you.
You know, so I'm looking at other people that want to interview Trey Chaney. I'm like, you got to do it like Chelley Roy.
That's
you know what
right.
I'm saying?
That's right. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
The Chelley Roy Show is all about excellence and quality, and we look to give our guests an overall experience, something
Most
that they will never forget and something that they can remember. So I'm glad that we were able to do that for you. So there's so much that you have going on. I know we were supposed to make the interview happen some time ago.
Right.
And as we were speaking earlier, I was a little bummed out because I was just like, I gotta get Trey because I knew all the press was coming. I knew the press was coming because you have so much great work, so much stuff that you're doing, so much that you're putting out. And because the weather hit and it wouldn't allow us to be great, I'm like,
That
oh
DC
my
weather.
goodness. I'm telling you.
I know.
So it kind of, paused for a moment.
Right.
But you are definitely a man of integrity, a man of your word, because the fact that you circled back and was like, sis, we got to do this interview.
Yeah.
That meant a lot.
Yeah, definitely. I just, like I said, I know that this was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
This has been years in the making.
Yes,
You know, so this was
absolutely.
supposed to happen a while ago. But as you said, I am a man of my word. And, of course, our brother Kevin Peoples,
Yes.
he put us together.
Appreciate you, Kevin. For
And
sure.
I said, you know what? Just looking at your brand and everything that you represent, we got similarities on,
Yes, we do.
just being positive and trying to motivate and uplift people. And I said, I'm not going to, let one incident with the weather and me flying out here from Atlanta, because of course I live in Atlanta.
Right.
And I'm not going to let that one incident stop me from making this happen in some type of way.
I
So
appreciate
now we here. It's
We are
almost like it's
here.
that manifestation.
Yes.
We
Oh, yeah.
spoke this moment into existence.
Oh, I
now.
manifested. I was calling
Facts.
Kevin. I was like, listen, we
Yeah.
are going to get.
And Kevin was calling me a lot.
Listen.
Yeah.
Listen, I pride myself on excellence, and I have a style and a quality of my own, and it was one of those things where it's not that I think I'm better, but then, yeah, I do. I wasn't going to settle for
Yeah.
the Skype.
Exactly.
I wanted to get you
Exactly.
face to face. So I told Kevin, it's coming. Our time is coming. We're going to get that face to face.
And that first conversation over the phone, I felt your energy.
Yeah.
And I said, nah, I mean, anybody can do a Zoom
Yeah.
or a StreamYard or
Yeah.
an IG Live, but it just, for me, I want to be in person. I want
Absolutely.
to, exchange the energy in person, and that's what's happening right now.
I appreciate that. No, I agree 100%. Like we were speaking earlier, I told you I'm big on alignment and big on energy.
Yeah.
It may sound a little cliche, and some people may not get it, but energy is important.
That's true.
Regardless as to what you're doing, whether you're acting, whether you're in theater, whether you're doing comedy, you draw from that energy that's being given.
Right.
So there's a certain way that I typically kind of prep, but when I knew I was going to meet you standing in that hallway, I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Our energy is just going to you basically collide. You know
That's
what I mean?
true.
It's magnetic.
That's true.
And so you have so many amazing things going on. You have Saints and Sinners, which is a great show.
Thank
You
you.
have Thanksgiving Roast.
Yeah.
You have your documentary that's coming out.
Yeah.
And now you have your premiere of Secret Society.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try and break down all of those
Yeah,
if
let's
I
do
can.
it.
But
Let's do it.
First and foremost, what comes to my mind is how do you balance that? That's one thing that stood out for me with you. I love the fact that you're a family man. You're able to balance because you're so busy. And I know the calls are coming. I know your agent is constantly calling. And how do you balance that with being a wife? With being a husband first, a father, then career?
Well, for me, first of all, I got to shout out my wife, Aisha Chaney.
Yes.
We're going on 17 years of marriage.
That's amazing.
2 amazing kids, my son Malachi, our daughter Martina, and now we got a granddaughter, Morocco.
I saw that.
The balance for me, I've always looked at, I've been in the entertainment business since I was 8, so we're talking about over 30 years. But the balance for me comes from looking at the business as a bonus. And a lot of people, they might, look at that answer and say, hold up, you look at this as, but it's a bonus because if all of this ends tomorrow,
what do you have?
I'm straight. I got my wife, I got my kids, I got my dad, my mom, my sister, aunts, uncles. I come from a real strong family background, and Chaney's that's a strong background, so it was always instilled in me as a child never to get caught up in the industry because it's a lot of negativity, that goes on. It's a lot of rejection. We get told no a lot. But at the same time, I know that's how I've been able to maintain that balance because I do take it serious and I thank God for it, being my job and being able to provide for my family. But at the same time, like I said in the beginning, if everything just stops tomorrow, it's not going to take me mentally off track.
Right.
So that's pretty much how I maintain the balance. And
that's key, though.
I've been very fortunate,
that was a nugget, for real.
Exactly. I've been very fortunate to continue to work in this business for so long. So it's just been a blessing, and I'm able to sometimes being in it, being an actor, being an artist, a husband, father, we be so in it until we don't realize how many other people around us that we're inspiring. But for people like yourself, for emails and calls and text messages, inboxes that I get saying that something I may have said might have motivated somebody or inspired somebody to never give up. That's what lets me know. That I'm on the right track and I'm on the right path.
No, you're definitely on the right track, right path. I piggyback on what you just said. That was definitely a golden gem that you just gave because that's important because most people look at it differently. You know what I mean? I got to go after the career, set myself up first. Although I have the family, if I go after this career, be successful at it, then I can then take care of my family. But really looking at it in a different perspective of your family being your foundation first.
Exactly.
Basically, like you said, if you don't have anything else, then, if it didn't work out, then you have everything that you need. So that's key.
Yeah,
and I really, really appreciate that. So we're going to go to a quick break, guys. We'll be back after the break with Mr. Trey Chaney. Stay tuned.
And now, an exclusive sneak peek at the all-new season of the Bounce TV original series, Saints and Sinners.
What's up? This your boy J.D. Williams.
It's your boy Trey Chaney.
Yep, and you're on the set of Saints and Sinners, Season 2. It's excellent to be working with Trey again. We had a great time doing our other series, HBO's The Wire, but this is a completely different animal. We've both evolved and grown as actors. These characters have a history, as do he and I. There is this underlying danger between the two of them. What's up with you and Rex? Y'all bond on the inside?
Oh, you wondering if I'm spying?
Y'all are family, bro.
There's still a lot that has to be addressed. In second season, you're going to see some of that stuff from the past come back. If we so-called family, then why do you always choose you over me?
I don't know, because I was a soldier, that's why.
That's that moment where you like, okay, this could go one way or the other. For me, it just shows growth.
I don't think people are going to see Bodie and Poop. I think by the time the scene is over, with that scene, I think people will be able to separate the two friendships. The more people watch it, especially when they get to what we're filming right now, this is like the nail in the coffin as far as really defining Kendrick and Jabari's relationship and definitely how different it is from Poot and Bodie. Be a boss, you gotta boss up. And I understand if you tired to get this money, just let me know what you decide. The writers and everybody who's involved in the story, they're not afraid to have fun with it. When you can get something like this that's escapist and a lot of drama that you can have fun with and a lot of tea, that's the operative word. But when you have those types of things going on, we make sure that the people who like those types of things enjoy it. Stay tuned, Saints and Sinners season 2.
Y'all better make sure y'all watch it.
An all-new Saints and Sinners, Sunday night, 9/8 Central, only on Bounce. Brought to you by AT&T.
Welcome back to season 2 of the Chelley Roy Show, guys. I am here with your guy, Mr. Trey Chaney.
Yeah.
So the diet, the fasting, it's definitely important. I try to do it at least 3 times a year.
Wow.
I mean, for me, spiritual, just wanting to be healthy, and just really wanting to get clarity.
Yeah, and
You know what I mean?
and that's what, like we were talking about before the break. You know, the Trey Chaney conscious diet. You know, when I started that, I wanted to draw from my own personal experiences. Like, you know, we like to turn up. You know, you know, every now and then I love to pop bottles of Moet. I love to party hard. I love to have a lot of fun. But at some point, you know, that's another thing when you think about the word balance. I say, okay, let me challenge myself and let me put the bottles down for 30 days. Let me pray 30 days. Let me meditate 30 days. Well, the praying part, I pray every single day, period. But 30 days, you know, let me eat healthy. And what I found was I found peace with that. And like I said, when I post things like this, you know, you have people out there that respond in such a way that I never would have imagined. Like there's people that inbox me saying that they got off drugs because of the Trey Chaney conscious diet. You know, they stopped drinking alcohol because of the Trey Chaney conscious diet. You know, so I was like, oh, it must be something that, you know.
So keep going, you're on the right path.
So they follow that, you know. So like you said, at least 3 times out of the year, that's what I try to do as well.
No, that's good stuff. I mean, you never know, you know, who's watching, whose life you're impacting, and the same for me after the show, and people see what I'm doing. A lot of people reach out as well, like, you're inspiring me. So that's the platform and the whole purpose of the Chelley Roy Show, is to uplift, inspire, and motivate entrepreneurs as well as aspiring entrepreneurs. But not only that, I want to make sure that I'm imparting in my audience something impactful, something that they can take away from it and say, you know, like you said, that was a great nugget, like what Trey said or what Chelley said helped change my life. Right. Or you helped me, you know, find some type of foundation or motivation. So that's what I'm about. Not putting, you know, anyone else down, but I always make the distinction between me having a talk show versus a podcast because it's about the quality of the topics and the quality of the guests. So you have an extensive background. So you started out basically when you were younger, between, I think it was like 6 or 8 that I read, doing dance competitions on show. You can get it. Like, you got all types of moves.
Are we talking talent or what? This kid is just 9 years old. He's Samuel Chaney III and did his first real moves at age 2. Then he just got better and went public, entering talent contests, performing in various shows, and got himself a manager, his uncle.
My manager, James, he took me to the Apollo, and I won first place 4 times.
What do you think of that?
I think it was nice.
We're talking Apollo in New York here. This is video from the Apollo, and hopes are all this experience will lead to other things.
Yeah, so I'll pass that down to my son or my grandchild now. But yeah, I started at 8 years old, amateur night at the Apollo before it hit Showtime because I was 8. So,
Yeah.
you know, I just remember, you know, performing as a hip hop dancer, hip hop artist, and you know, seeing people like Big Daddy Kane, Rakim, Slick Rick back in the day. You know, to see them now, they're like my OGs now.
Yeah.
You know, so it just, those are like full circle moments for me. But like I said, just starting in the business, knowing at a young age what I wanted to be, what I wanted to do, and to still be doing it. You know,
That's major.
a lot of kids, they get asked in schools, you know, like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And a lot of kids, you know, they don't necessarily have the answer to that.
Yeah.
They got to figure it out. But I knew at 8 years old what I wanted to be, what I wanted to do, and I'm doing it now.
That's
I
amazing.
literally, you know, I told teachers, you know, I'm going to be on television. I'm going to
Listen, I
be,
love
I'm going to
it.
be a dancer. I'm going to be a rapper. I'm going to be an actor, and I'm doing every single thing I said that I was going to do. You know,
I love
so
that, and you're good at it. I saw some other clips, maybe a couple years ago, I think it was, and you were rapping and dancing. I was like,
Yeah.
he's in his element.
yeah, most definitely.
You
know,
are in your flow.
the transition from dancing to rapping came, I want to say, later on down the years. I want to say maybe 20, in my early 20s. And Big Daddy Kane, you know, people see the pictures of me and Big Daddy Kane when I was 8 years old. I remember tweeting him years later saying he was the inspiration
I
that
saw
made
that.
me become a hip hop artist. And, you know,
I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah,
I saw you say that he was the inspiration into you becoming a hip hop artist.
Most
and
definitely.
then he was very influential in you doing the audition for The Wire.
Yeah,
Talk to me about that too.
well, he was influential in me being a hip hop artist, and then I think Hip Hop DX, they quoted how I nailed my first audition on The Wire.
There
But
we
Big
go.
Daddy Kane, it was crazy because, like I said, at 8 years old, like when I seen him perform at the Apollo, because at amateur night at the Apollo, when we used to perform, they used to have special guests, and Big Daddy Kane was one of the performers. And from the time I seen him perform, I said, "That's what I want to do."
That's what I want to do.
And you know, I met him, and then years later, I tweeted that picture, and we got in contact with each other. And you know, he got in contact with me saying, "Okay, I'm a fan of The Wire,"
Yes.
but didn't know, you know, from when I was 8 years old, you know, that I'm the same person. I never gave up
Exactly.
on my dream.
Yeah.
So the story just unfolded. You know, like I said, I talk to Kane almost every other day. You know,
love that.
and he took me on tour with him. He was the first artist to say, "Oh, you doing music? I love your music. I'm gonna take you on tour with me." You know, he was the first one to kick off. I want to say in 2015 at Howard Theater in DC. You know, he put me on the road, put me on that stage, first sold out show.
I love that.
And then after that, then came Rakim, Slick Rick, Bobby Brown, Bell Biv DeVoe, Snoop Dogg. You know, these
that.
people,
Very
I just formed
influential
relationships
people,
with
yeah.
them. Was able to tour with them. I'm talking about 20,000 seats in State Farm Arena in Atlanta, opening up for Snoop, and you know, just getting that experience in between working on television, film, you know, film projects.
No, that was major experiences, major influencers. That's amazing. So, great point. But we got to take a quick break. We'll be
Okay.
back in
Yeah.
a few seconds.
Crabs in the barrel need to get from round me. Before I pop the trunk, make them get from round me. Situation got me talking crazy, but this reality, so it's better to face it. Pressure bust pipes, that's a true statement. So I'm applying pressure as I hit the pavement. Trying to make
Chelley Show. I am here with my guy, Mr. Trey Chaney, talking everything big, everything great. So we're gonna get into the details of his new project. Secret Society.
Yeah.
You guys are premiering that on April 2nd, right?
Yeah, April 2nd
Yes.
on Amazon Prime, Secret
Amazon
Society hits.
Prime.
I just got to shout out, the writer and
Yes,
producer,
please.
Miyasha
Absolutely.
Coleman. Yeah, Miyasha, she's a brilliant writer. Her husband, Rich Coleman, who's one of the producers, and of course, everyone knows Jamal Hill,
Okay.
who I work with on Streets. He's a director. He directed Secret Society as well as co-wrote it as well. And
What is the movie about?
some huge stars are in it. I'm gonna go down the list
I
first.
saw that.
But it's
Yeah,
Raina
run it
Love. Raina Love is she plays Celeste. She's one of the stars. Erica Pinkett plays Tina. Vivica Fox is in it. Journey
I saw
Meeks
that.
is in it. Kevin Savage is in it. So many great people. And it's just like this society of individuals that go around trying to bribe millionaires. Whether you're an entertainer, whether you're a basketball player. I played the character O.
Okay.
And O is a hustler. He's a getting money cat. He drives around in these exotic cars. But O has a secret that's revealed to the audience that it's going to be a shock. Because like I said, when you describe this character, you see him as one way. But for me, the role, was literally about identity. Because a lot of men and women, they don't, deep down inside, they don't identify with who they truly are. They don't know who they want to love, whether it's a man or a woman, so it's a real deep movie.
Wow.
When people see it on the second, it's going to be probably one of the most talked about films.
Oh, I feel it. I've been seeing your
2021.
posts. I'm definitely gonna tune into it for sure and make sure that we get into it for sure. And then Saints and Sinners.
Yeah. So Saints and Sinners, we're in season 5.
Right.
Season 5 comes out April 11th on
Okay.
Bounce TV, Brown Sugar app, Hulu.
Yeah.
And it's season 5, everybody's seen Saints and Sinners Judgment Day, the movie.
So I was gonna ask you, what was
Yeah.
the difference?
Well, the
between
difference
the
is,
two?
Judgment Day, the film, of course, they used a smaller cast.
Okay.
Myself, Clifton Powell, who plays my dad, Vanessa Bell Calloway, who plays my mom, Donna Bisco, who plays my grandmother.
Yeah.
Jasmine Burke, who's my sister in there, and of course, you've seen David Banner, Christian Keys, and just an
Great
amazing
actors,
ensemble
actresses,
cast. But
yeah.
but Judgment Day, the movie of Saints and Sinners, was the continuation of
Okay.
what people left off with season 4
Got
and
it.
what they're going to see in season 5.
Gotcha.
So as you all can see, the character Stacia Cunningham, who plays my girlfriend, played
Yeah.
by amazing actress Patrice Fisher. Of course, I'm thinking one thing, that I'm getting ready to be a father, but the audience knows
Yeah.
that it's not my child. So we're going to see a couple of things just get revealed in season 5, which, like I said, premieres April 11th. That
I can't
people
wait.
Really going to be excited about. A lot of different storylines, new characters. I'm talking about Nigel Campbell, the writer and showrunner and producer, amazing writer. Courtney Miller, who directed the whole season 5 along with the film. It's just, we're giving our fans what they want.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And
No,
just to
I
be
can't
on
wait.
just to be on a show for 5 seasons.
Absolutely,
is
that's
like-
major.
It's crazy, because
That's
The
major.
Wire, I did 5 seasons of The Wire. And
Yeah.
then, of course, The Wire had ended. And now just to be,
I'm still
on-
hoping for that to come back.
I
Is
know,
there a
we-
chance that it'll come back?
well, one thing, The Wire never got canceled.
Okay.
David Simon and of course the creators and what I'm saying, they decided to just, take it off the air. But I don't know. It's who knows? It could be
Yeah.
a chance. He could if
That
he
would be
wanted
nice.
to.
Yeah.
But just because it never got canceled. But like I said, just to have a 5-season run on television.
No, that's major.
That's a big thing. And I'm real, grateful and thankful for those type of opportunities. I mean, coming off The Wire, then doing Streets, the movie with Meek Mill,
Ah,
and then just
you killed it in that movie too. See,
that was
that's
a
what I'm
good
saying. You have so much great work.
Thank you,
Head of State, but Streets, you killed it. I was like, yes.
thank you. I appreciate
You
it.
definitely nailed it.
Jamal Hill, who directed Secret Society, that's
Oh,
my
my
brother.
gosh.
We're talking about over 10 years. We shot
Okay.
Streets, and now to be in this new film Secret Society, which is coming
The
out April
Streets
2nd.
was deep.
Yeah,
It was really,
It
really
was a
deep.
good one, wasn't it?
So I'm gonna jump around a little bit on you.
Yeah.
Speaking about The Wire, I absolutely love The Wire.
Mhm.
For you, what was the hardest scene that you had to do in The Wire and why?
I want to say the scene where we had to kill Michael B. Jordan's character.
Oh, I knew you was gonna
Wallace.
say that. Mine's too.
Yeah, that was a hard scene.
Yo, check this poop. Little man left us playing shit.
Man, you's a weak ass nigga, man. You should have stayed down in the country, man.
Yo, I'm my niggas, yo.
You fucking brought this on yourself, man.
We boys.
You brought this on yourself.
Ain't gotta be like this, yo. We be niggas, man. BC, remember that?
Come on. You wetting your fucking pants like you a little boy. Be a man. Stand up like a motherfucking man.
My niggas, yo.
Man, you said you was a fucking man. Stand up straight.
That's us, man.
Do it, goddammit, if you gonna...
Maybe I want to say weeks before we actually had to do that scene, I had experienced like a real reality situation where a friend of mine was
Wow.
killed. You know, so
So
I
you
had
put that
to-
emotion into
I
that.
had to put that emotion in it. And back then, you know, with The Wire being my first television show that I had ever auditioned for, first job as an actor, I had to like understand how to do that. You know, of course,
Wow.
being an actor, been in this business for years now, I understand, you know, certain techniques on acting, you know, but back then, you know, it was real raw, it was rugged, I had
Oh,
to,
I can only
I had to really
imagine.
go there, you know, but it came off.
You did
know?
great. You could tell, and it's funny you said that. In my heart of hearts, I knew you was gonna say that.
Uh-huh.
And we have a clip playing that you can't see right now with
Right.
that exact clip. Because
Exactly.
in my heart of hearts, I knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah.
Because you and Bodie, like you looking like, man, I don't really want to do this. So I
Exactly.
knew you were gonna say that
Yeah.
was
Shout out
the
to my
hardest.
brother JD Williams. 'Cause,
Absolutely.
you know, JD plays
He's in Saints and Sinners
he plays
too.
Jabari on Saints and Sinners. So,
Yeah.
yeah, me and Jay, I just talked to JD the other day. You know, we got a whole lot of different things that we doing together, you know, other projects. And like I said, just to be in the business for this long, you know, The Wire.
That's
Speaking
wonderful.
of The Wire premiered in 2002. So we're
That was a
talking
long
about
time ago. 19
years ago, you know, and
Long
we
time
didn't know.
ago. Can you
back-
believe it's been that long?
I can't believe
It's
it. 'Cause
just-
I think I speak for the whole cast when I say we didn't know that we knew we were a part of something special, but I don't think we seen
Where
this
was really
far.
going? Yeah.
You know, we talking about it 19 years later. You know, and it's been called one of the greatest shows that ever hit television history.
It really is. You can't get
So,
past it. In,
yeah.
in my mind, you still poop, and I had to remind
know, right?
myself like
I'd never be able.
you're
be able
poop,
to-
you're Kendrick, you're
Yeah.
so many different
I'd
things.
never be able to escape poop though, because that was the. But you know what? I'm real. Like I said, I'm real thankful and grateful for
Of course.
The Wire because that was the
start.
that was the start of it all.
Yeah.
You know, that was the start of my career, and then you know, as many people know, when The Wire ended, I had a choice whether to give up or keep going. You know,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I had a choice whether to, you know, am I going to continue to be in this crazy
Pursue
business
this,
or
yeah.
am I going to give up? Because for a long time, you know, there was no agent calling my phone. There was no managers. There were no opportunities. So right here in Washington, D.C. in the streets, you know, 13th and F Street, I was selling my clothes, my own clothing line. I was selling my CDs, my merchandise. I was partnering up with different
Yeah.
filmmakers. We were shooting films. I was selling stuff out the trunk of my car. So that continued for, I want to say 5 to 7 years. But it just, back then I didn't understand what I was doing. I just knew I was doing something right.
Right.
But
Purposeful.
years later, it reminds me of when I tell people I was in love with the process and I didn't get emotionally attached to the end result.
Right.
I was in love with the process of whether I was going to make money on the street or whether I didn't. My mode never switched. I still was the same.
Right.
So years and years of doing that, being told no, sometimes getting money, sometimes making $1, I still kept going. And then you get the call from Saints and Sinners in 2015, where I was offered the role of Kendrick.
I love that.
So after The Wire ended in 2008, we talking a 7-year window. That's, that's what I tell people.
No, that's deep.
This is a process. This is a process that you cannot get emotionally attached to that end result, because people get caught up in the reward. They get caught up in the reward a lot, and it makes them forget why they're doing it.
Exactly.
And for me, I love the hustle. I love it. I'm passionate.
You can tell,
about it.
definitely,
and
for sure.
I won't. It's never going to be a time where I stop doing it.
Right.
I'll do this forever. Like, I mean, it's not. That's just what it is. But with that type of mentality and that attitude, I understand how the universe works. When you're out there putting in work, you're not gonna get nothing but rewards.
Absolutely.
In
No,
different
that's
ways.
a good point. That's a good point. You definitely have to trust the process.
Most definitely.
And which is what you were doing. And it's another point, as you were talking, that made me think of something that I saw you posted recently, which was another good gem in terms of, trusting the process and just believing in your craft and believing what it is you're doing. And you said something along the lines of keep being focused, keep being driven, and whether you go on that acting call, whether you get hired or not, it may not necessarily be your time at that moment, but just kind of looking at it from the perspective of, well, maybe they're keeping me in mind for something else.
For another role.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just, that was a great nugget. You definitely have to trust the process.
The blessing,
because your time is coming for sure.
Yeah, the blessing is in the journey.
Yes, it is.
That's what a lot of people don't understand. Like I was mentioning in that post, because sometimes as actors we get so caught up in, okay, I'm gonna audition for this role. I'm gonna make this amount of money for this role. I'm gonna be able to buy this from this role.
And you keep it real, yeah.
When you don't get it,
then
you
what
get
do you
disappointed.
do? Yeah.
And that right there, it changes your whole attitude, or you're not used to adjusting to, okay, I didn't get it, but something else greater is coming. So for me, when I posted that, it was to let actors know, okay, we go on hundreds of auditions all the time. We may not book every single job, but if you change the mentality,
absolutely,
and you say, maybe when I audition for this particular casting director, I might not get the role I'm reading for, but they're going to call me for something else. Prime example. That's what happened with George Pierre, who casted me for Saints and Sinners, offered me the role. I didn't have to audition.
Right.
I had auditioned for Stump the Yard with him years ago.
Gotcha. And it just kept it in the mind what your
12,
skill sets
13, 14 years ago. Same person gave me the role of Saints and Sinners. So when I say things, I speak from
experience.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know it.
Right.
And
no, I definitely received
so
that. That
actors,
was a great nugget. For
yeah,
sure.
So many actors, they get discouraged. And I'm like, you can't get discouraged. You can't get discouraged. You gotta have tunnel vision.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a mindset. You have to shift your mind in terms of the way you think and the way you receive things. Yeah. So no, those were some great nuggets for sure. Before we wrap up, you guys make sure you tune into Saints and Sinners Season 5. Make sure you guys go to Amazon Prime and make sure you check out Secret Society, you guys. Is there anything else you want to say that we didn't get to talk about?
My directorial debut.
That was dope.
Yeah.
He was amazing.
Yeah, Truthless is
Absolutely.
out. And, I got to shout out my amazing cast.
Yeah.
Richard Young, Rob Brown, Todd J. Phillips, Miss Diamond Duval, Leroy Gordon, so many other people to name. But, with Truthless, I got inspired by movies like New Jack City, Boys in the Hood.
Oh, you did your thing in that,
Juice,
for sure.
And I said, you know what? I love the character Nino Brown. I love Ice Cube's character Doughboy, but I wanted to create this character Omar Green, aka OG, and I just wanted to. I just wanted to be free with my directorial debut.
Yeah.
It was some crazy language in it. It was some shooting in it. It was, it was authentic.
No, it was
raw,
deep. I was kind of like,
rugged, but at the same time, I just I wanted to like get that off my chest, And Mars 3045 wrote it. Powerful Productions, one of the producers. Closer Productions, one of the producers on it. So I was just honored that I put a team together. We shot the whole thing in Jacksonville, Florida, one day, 22 hours.
that was amazing
You know what
work.
I'm saying?
I
So
enjoyed it.
I was
I wanted
just-
more.
I know, right? We gonna get you
That was a
more.
good teaser. I was like, man.
Then I got to shout out my brother Duffy. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? That's the clothing line I'm wearing right now. Focus.
Focus. Yes.
We the ones that came up with the whole trust the process.
Gotcha. Okay.
In God we trust sweatsuit. So Duffy is doing a lot over there. Laced Up Cuts. We got Laced by Duff podcast is coming
Perfect. I
out.
saw that.
It's coming out April 1st. And just to have a great partnership with him with Duffy Hair Care products and everything that he's
That's
doing
great.
out there in Atlanta. I'm real blessed and honored to just be in partnerships with good people.
Absolutely.
They wanna-
Yeah, you have to surround yourself with great people
Exactly.
who see the vision. You guys are going in the same direction.
Great people that want to see you win.
Absolutely.
I posted that the other day. Great people that want to see you win, even if you not necessarily winning
On their I
level.
saw that. Yep. That was good
if you
too.
ain't necessarily winning on their level,
Yep.
but they want to see you win. That's
What you need in your circle.
how
I
you
love
gonna
that.
win.
I
Yeah.
saw that. Perfect. So thank you so much, Trey. I know
Thank
we
you,
never
Chelley.
have enough time. We could just go on and on and on, but I am super blessed that you gave the Chelley Roy Show the opportunity
Oh,
to sit and
yeah.
talk with you guys. This was an exclusive
I had
face-to-face, guys. So you guys heard it here at the Chelley Roy Show. Be sure to check out season 5 of Saints and Sinners. And don't forget to go to Amazon for Secret Society and Truthless.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. You guys have a great night.